Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this video from. My name is Acheng. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited about today's video. Rice is something that every culture is familiar with. It is prepared so many different ways. I prepare it so many different ways. Sometimes I just love a plain rice, and sometimes I want it to be red or yellow in color. Sometimes I wanted to add some umami flavor. It just depends with my mood. But today I have a recipe that I'm going to share with you. I love spices, and especially the Arabic spices. We make a rice dish, it's called pilau, and that pilau, it's a mixture of spices, and it's so amazing. But today I am going to show you one of my recipes on how I make my rice. It's plain rice, but flavorful plain rice. I am going to play with a couple of recipes or ingredients. Let me know what you think about this, but it brings out an amazing flavor, and I thought I should share it. So I'm going to show you what I have. So for my recipe, I have so of course I have garlic. I have some beef stock. So I'm going to use two stocks. I have some beef stocks, I have some chicken stock, and then I have coconut milk. So this is going to be a coconut rice recipe, but I'm going to add more flavor into it. So please bear with me, guys, but it's just this is how I'm feeling that I want to prepare the food today. So I think you guys will get some good ideas from it. And then I'm going to use bay leaves. And then these are the whole grains that are going to really add some unique flavor. I'm going to use anise, star anise. I'm going to use whole cloves. I am going to use cinnamon, and of course I am going to add some butter to add some buttery flavor to the food. So what I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to get my rice together. So with the rice, to say the truth, I do not measure rice. This is something that I just do not use. By the way, I'm using jasmine rice. I love jasmine rice. So, okay, this is good. I do not measure rice. I swear to God. I need to, but I just don't. I just go with the flow. So I want rice that's going to last me a long time. And also, usually I make extra rice because if I get tired with this rice, I can make fried rice out of it. So always maximize the strength and the effort that you're taking to cook. Always think of something else that you can create from that same recipe. So I'm going to clean our rice to release some of the starch. Awesome. I'm happy with our rice. I do not over clean out the rice. I like that starch flavor. I love jasmine rice. So you can clean it as many times as you want. I usually clean it only about once or twice. So this is the pot where that we are going to use. It is a non-stick pot. And what I'm going to do is I am going to take about three, this small size. So I'll say about six, half a dozen, three, half a dozen of cloves and add it there. And then I'm only going to take one piece of anise, add it there. And then last but not least, I am going to take 1 stick of cinnamon, add it there. And sometimes you want to be kind of careful with cinnamon, so I'm just going to use a small stick instead of that one. I don't want it to be too cinnamony. I don't know if that's correct English, but oh well. And then bay leaves. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to let the heat kind of help these grains release its flavor. The heat really helps a lot. So I'm going to increase. And then as the flavors are being released, just going to prepare our coconut. And this is going to be very quick because we are just trying to release some flavor from this. So I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of butter. The reason why I'm using a small amount of butter is because our stock, our chicken and beef stock has some fat in it. So we do not need too much. Going to let those blend, the butter and some of the spices. And then after this, I am going to add some garlic, just literally 1 teaspoon of garlic. Going to blend it, make sure it cooks. I have this on low to medium heat because butter really burns faster, so I do not want that. And like I said, it has some fat in it already, so that is why I'm being light. I'm being careful with the amount of oil that I'm using. So I can already smell that the garlic is cooked. I do not want it to burn. So what I'm going to go ahead is add my blend of chicken and beef stock inside. Now this rice is going to come out in a different color. It's not just going to be plain white in color. It's going to have some brown tint to it. I'm going to increase the heat just a little bit. Scrape down any of this left flavors. I try my best not to waste anything because this is flavor. Now I'm going to go ahead and get our coconut milk ready. So this is our coconut milk. And I'm going to add some amount of it, not a lot. And that will be enough. And then I'm going to add some little bit of water. And then also I'm going to add some salt. Not too much. I can already smell the flavor that's being released from the anise, the cloves, the bay leaves, and the cinnamon stick. It smells amazing already. So what I want to do, I want this to boil, like really boil really well, so that all of the flavors are released before we go ahead and add our rice, which I think would be a good proportion with the liquid that we have. So we're going to give it just a couple of minutes for it to boil. So as you can see, it is boiling already. And what I like to do is I like to sieve out the anise, some of the anise and the cloves, because all I just wanted the spice, the flavor to just be released into the liquid that the rice is going to cook into. You can let it, you can leave it to cook longer or just cook with the rice. Everyone is different, but for me, I only like just some flavor released. So I'm just going to sieve out. You can leave the cinnamon. I usually do leave the cinnamon and the bay leaves. Okay. And if you're not able to remove all of the anise, it is okay. It smells amazing already. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside, and then now I'm going to proceed to adding our rice. Perfect. I'm happy with the amount between, I'm happy with the proportion between this, the liquid and the rice. It means it's going to be enough. So I'm going to increase a little bit for it to cook. Just tasting to see where we are on the salt level. Going to add just a little bit. That's it, not too much, because we are going to eat this as a side sauce, so we do not want it to overpower. So what I'm going to proceed with is, I want this rice to cook in low heat. So I'm going to use a foil. And one important thing that I forgot, I like adding some color to this. We usually add some food coloring here and there. If I can find that food color. Well, I tried to hide, but I could not hide from me. So this is the food color that we use. It usually adds, you know, some unique tone. I love color. Color is great, you know. So what I usually do is you can add this before or after, but with this I just added a little bit in here. Same that I used, and then add it there. And there you have it. You can add more color to it. I just want just a pinch of it. And I'm literally going to reduce the heat to almost low and let this cook. So like I mentioned, I have my foil. I'm going to cover it. I am not going to touch this. I am going to seal around the edges and leave it on low heat. The reason why I'm pressing this against the pot is because I want all of the heat to be trapped inside and cook very slow. So we're going to let this cook, not bother it at all, and let it cook for some time, and then we'll check it out. Going to check, and oh my god, look at that. It looks amazing. Also, one thing I would like to mention is I love my rice when it's not fully cooked. I like it when it has a little bit of crunchiness to it. And this one definitely, even just moving it with a spoon, I can feel that it has some crunchiness to it. That is how I love my rice. And I'm just going with a fork, making sure we do not have any burnt. And I'm happy that we do not have any rice that's burnt at the bottom. So this is amazing. And look at that, guys. This is flavored coconut rice with a pinch of color to bring some life to it, and added some Baileys, some anise, some cloves, and a whole stick of cinnamon, and used also used some beef and chicken stock. So this rice right here, you can eat it by yourself. You can eat it by itself, sorry, and it will still be flavorful. Sometimes I just like eating rice by itself, and when that craving comes in, I can literally just eat this very comfortably because it already has enough flavor in it. And if I add it to something else, it will even be much better. So I'm so excited with what I'm seeing. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Do not forget to subscribe, and also click on the notification button so you can be notified. And if you have already clicked on the notification button so you can be notified when we have another video, thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything, and I really hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I'll have more recipe to come. And until next time, guys, bon appetit.